Welcome back to a Clan a Day podcast, brought to you by bagtownclans.com. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald, and today we're exploring the storied history of Clan Colquhoun, a family deeply rooted in the rugged lands around Loch Lomond, where their legacy stretches back over 8 centuries. This is a clan with a tale of resilience, loyalty, and legendary feuds, and it remains one of the most recognisable names in Scottish history. From their early days as vassals of the Earls of Lennox to their fierce battles with Clan MacGregor, the Colquhouns have left an indelible mark on the Scottish Highlands. The Colquhouns take their name from the lands of Colquhoun in Dumbartonshire, granted to their ancestor Umfridus de Kilpatrick during the reign of Alexander II. Their origins, however, stretch back even further, possibly linked to the ancient Earls of Lennox. Over the centuries, the Colquhouns expanded their holdings and influence, especially through a pivotal marriage in 1368. Sir Robert de Colquhoun, the chief of the time, married the Fair Maid of Luss, the heiress of the Laird of Luss, thus bringing the fertile and picturesque lands of Luss into the clan's possession. This marriage firmly established the Colquhouns as one of the principal families in the Loch Lomond area, and from that point onward, the chiefs bore the dual title of Colquhoun and Luss. The clan story, though, is not only one of strategic marriages and land acquisition, it's a history forged in battle and tested by fire. The Colquhouns found themselves frequently embroiled in clan conflicts, none more infamous than their long-standing feud with Clan MacGregor. This rivalry came to a bloody climax in 1603 at the Battle of Glen Fruin, one of the most infamous clan battles in Scottish history. Sir Alexander Colquhoun, the clan chief, had secured a royal commission from King James VI to quell the MacGregor raids that had been plaguing his lands. On a fateful February day, Sir Alexander marched into Glen Fruin with 500 foot soldiers and 300 cavalry. But the MacGregors, led by Alistair MacGregor of Glenstray, laid a clever trap, splitting their forces to attack the Colquhouns from both the front and rear. What followed was a disaster for the Colquhouns. Outnumbered and surrounded, they were driven into the moss of Auchingaich, where the boggy terrain made their cavalry useless. Over 140 Colquhouns were killed, including several prominent men from Dumbarton who had joined the fight. In a tragic twist, even spectators, young students from Dumbarton, were caught in the massacre. This devastating loss could have spelled the end for the Colquhouns, but their story was far from over. In a dramatic appeal for justice, 60 widows of slain Colquhoun men marched before King James at Stirling, each carrying the bloodied shirts of their husbands. The emotional spectacle moved the king to action, and he granted letters of fire and sword against Clan MacGregor. This royal decree effectively outlawed the MacGregors, who were hunted down in the years that followed, though their name and their legacy would endure. The Colquhouns, meanwhile, regrouped and rebuilt. They held fast to their lands around Loch Lomond, including the stately Rossdhu House, their ancestral seat on the shores of the loch. Over the centuries, the family grew in prestige and influence. Sir John Colquhoun, one of the more distinguished members of the clan, served as comptroller of the royal household and was appointed governor of Dumbarton Castle, a key fortress on the River Clyde. His death during the siege of Dunbar Castle in 1478 is a testament to the family's long history of service to the crown. The Colquhouns also found themselves entangled in the political upheavals of the 17th century. Sir John Colquhoun, who was created a baronet of Nova Scotia in 1625, became a fugitive after being accused of sorcery and witchcraft. While these charges may seem outlandish today, they reflect the turbulent times and the precarious nature of power in Stuart Scotland. Sir John's son, however, managed to recover the family estates and continue the Colquhoun line, ensuring that the family would remain one of the great names in Scotland. In the 18th century, the Colquhouns played a key role in resisting the Treaty of Union between Scotland and England. Sir Humphrey Colquhoun, the 5th Baronet, was a staunch opponent of the treaty, voicing his objections in the last Scottish Parliament before the Union was formalised in 1707. Although his political fight ended in disappointment, the Colquhouns adapted and continued to thrive in post-Union Scotland. Today, Sir Malcolm Colquhoun, the 31st chief of the clan, presides over the family's lands, including the stunning Rossdhu house, which remains a focal point for the clan. The Colquhoun name, like their tartan, is a symbol of strength and continuity. The Clan Colquhoun International Society helps preserve the clan's rich history, organising gatherings and events for descendants around the world. From their ancient stronghold in Dumbartonshire to the shores of Loch Lomond, Clan Colquhoun has weathered the storms of history with courage and resilience. Their story is one of enduring loyalty to their lands, their kin, and their sovereigns. As we close this chapter of A Clan a Day podcast, let us remember the words of their old pibroch, Caismisha Cloan a Chompaish. The call of Clan Colquhoun echoes still across the Highlands and beyond. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to join us tomorrow as we explore the history of another great Scottish clan. I'm Colin MacDonald, and as always, go in Erie and both are leet.